begin our look at sports and motor racing, where Kyle Busch has tied a legend in NASCAR. Busch won at Pocono Raceway yesterday to move into a tie for ninth on the NASCAR Cup Series victory list with all-time great Rusty Wallace. Busch, who topped 200 career wins across all three National Series earlier this season, won for the 55th time in Cup to match Wallace with the dominant car down the stretch. Busch won for the fourth time this year and first time in nearly 2 months. This is also his third Pocono win in the last 4 races at the track. Busch outran Brad Keselowski in a 9-lap shootout and beat him by 2 seconds. The top 5 was completed by Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, and Clint Bowyer. Though he didn't win either of the first 2 stages of the race, Busch dominated by leading 79 of the race's 160 laps. The series heads to Michigan International Speedway, where Bowyer is the defending race winner. And IndyCar, one day after crashing and suffering his first DNF in 2 seasons, defending IndyCar Series champion Scott Dixon rebounded with his first win of the season in Sunday's race 2 of the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix at Belle Isle Park. Joseph Newgarden won the first race on Saturday. We move to the baseball diamond, where the Bronx Bombers took the first 2 games of their series with rival Boston Friday and Saturday following Thursday night's rainout. Sunday night, Boston struck back, and they did it with a little help from Clint Frazier, who struggled in the outfield. David Price also picked an excellent time to erase his Boston zero in the BX. The left-hander finally won at Yankee Stadium for the first time with the Red Sox, backed by early homers from J.D. Martinez and Alexander Bogaerts in an 8-5 victory. The third-place Red Sox moved within 8.5 games of the American League East leading Yankees, who have a 2.5-game advantage over Tampa Bay. The next time baseball's biggest rivals meet is June 29th through the 30th in London, with Boston the home team for the first 2 Major League games ever to be played in Europe. New York was down 3-2 in the 7th when Frazier, playing right, let Eduardo Nunez's sharp single get past him for an error, allowing the run to score from first base. Pinch hitter Brock Holt looped an RBI single over a drawn-in infield, and Andrew Benintendi's single caromed off a diving Frazier, permitting another run to score. Masahiro Tanaka will toe the rubber to start Tuesday's series at Toronto. The Yankees are facing the Blue Jays for the first time this season. Tanaka is 11-4 with a 2.69 ERA all-time against the Jays. Lingering around the National League West leading into the month of May, the Arizona Diamondbacks went into a bit of a funk. They had a 5-game losing streak and were looking at a potentially 6-game slide after falling behind the Mets on Saturday night. But the Mets have a knack for healing teams' woes of late. Arizona rallied to win that game 6-5 in 11 innings and kept the momentum going Sunday with a strong all-around game. Arizona won Sunday 7-1. New York has lost 5 of its 7 on its trip and dropped to 28-31. The Mets have not been above 500 since before play on May 1st. Noah Syndergaard takes the hill for the Mets. He has won his last 3 starts with a 1.17 ERA against San Francisco. He will face Giants ace Madison Bumgarner on Tuesday. The Mets, of course, are off tonight. They begin that series tomorrow at Citi Field. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Novak Djokovic has become the first man to reach the French Open quarterfinals 10 years in a row. Djokovic moved into the round of 8 with a 6-3, 6-2, 6-2 victory, saving the only point break he faced and compiling 31 winners to only 12 unforced errors. The top-seeded Djokovic is bidding for a 4th consecutive Grand Slam title and a 2nd trophy at the French Open, where he won the championship in 2016. The Golden State Warriors dropped Game 1 of the NBA Finals to the Raptors in Toronto, but bounced back last night in Game 2. Still without Kevin Durant and with rap superstar Drake trolling the sidelines, this time sporting a "Where's Kevin" hoodie from Home Alone. The Dubs got back to business behind another injured star that returned to their lineup. DeMarcus Cousins wasn't supposed to play in this year's NBA Finals after he suffered what many within the organization feared was a season-ending quad tear on April 15th. On Sunday, after scoring 11 points, grabbing 10 rebounds, and dishing out 6 assists in 28 minutes during a 109-104 Game 2 victory over Toronto, Cousins got the last laugh on his doubters, delivering the most important performance of his brief tenure with the group. Game 3 is Wednesday at Golden State. The Warriors have Games 3, 4, and 6 at home, seizing home court back last night by taking their first road game in the NBA Finals. It was no surprise that the Boston Bruins' depth continued to step up in the opening 2 games of the Stanley Cup Final. It was, however, surprising to see their top line struggle for a combined 2 points after 18 shots. That storyline changed in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. The number 1 line delivered with help from a perfect power play that went 4 for 4 during their 7-2 win over the St. Louis Blues on Saturday night. Game 4 is tonight in St. Louis. Oklahoma defeated Alabama 7-3 on Sunday night to advance to the championship round of the Women's College World Series. Congrats to them. The MLB draft is tonight in Secaucus, New Jersey. Our BronxNet cameras will be there. And Fordham baseball won the A-10 title last week, but couldn't keep the mojo going in the NCAA tournament. Still, congrats to the Rams on a remarkable season. As if New Yorkers needed another reason to hate Tom Brady, the New England Patriots quarterback is seeking to trademark the moniker Tom Terrific, the same nickname bestowed upon legendary Mets Hall of Fame pitcher Tom Seaver. Brady's recent trademark application was discovered by a Philadelphia law firm and instantly sent Met fans into a tizzy. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list to explore the Drake curse. Well, folks, the Drake curse has claimed another victim. Andy Ruiz Jr. shocked the boxing world Saturday night, defeating heavily favored Anthony Joshua with a 7th-round technical knockout to complete one of the biggest upsets in the sport's history. Joshua came into the bout confident he would not only defeat Ruiz, but break one of the biggest superstitions in sports, known now as the Drake curse. Joshua tweeted a photo of him and Drake in March, vowing the curse would be broken. Several people on social media resurfaced the tweet and poked fun at Joshua over the photo. The British boxer is only the latest to fall victim to the curse. The Toronto Maple Leafs were recently said to be affected after Drake was seen wearing the team's jersey during Toronto's Game 4 loss to the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Other victims, the Alabama Crimson Tide football team, UFC star Conor McGregor. Drake was seen wearing a Crimson Tide sweatshirt prior to the team's defeat to Clemson, I should say, in the national championship game in January. Drake also appeared next to McGregor before the Irish fighter's loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov during UFC 229. The rapper appears aware of his supposed supernatural abilities during the Toronto Raptors Eastern Conference semifinals matchup against the Philadelphia 76ers. The Raptors superfan was seen wearing 76ers shorts. Philadelphia lost Game 7, and the Raptors moved into the next round of play. It's time for Drake to wear a Knicks Kevin Durant jersey. That's the only way the Golden State Warriors lose to Toronto in the NBA Finals. The curse exists. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. More Open. Back after this.